is here. I don't even know where autumn is. So I hope you guys are nice and warm. Maybe that you have a cup of Milo or just like a nice cup of coffee or something. I really do hope so. So guys, we are going to finish chapter 2 today, which is about entrepreneurship. I already wanted to jump ahead and just start of chapter 3, but okay, we first need to finish chapter 2 today. So guys, if that's everyone, I'm going to start. I do think that we're still also waiting for a few students to join, but I am going to start. So I just quickly want to go over what we did for, in case you missed it, or just to kind of catch you guys up again. Let me just quickly share my screen with you, and then we can start with this. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know where my, I have no idea where my audio just went, but it was on and now it wasn't and now it's on again. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's quickly go back. So, guys, we basically ended with activity 2.1. And then so today we're going to start with the entrepreneurial process. So luckily, you guys didn't lose me for that long. So it is a Monday, you know, Mondays. Okay, so guys, the entrepreneurial process. So remember, when you start a company, you need to create value. That is the reason why you are starting this company. So you must be able to identify new opportunities in the market, and this is ideal to rather identify a new opportunity, a new product, than to kind of introduce something into the market that that already exists. Because then you're going to have to explain to your customers why this product is so different to a product that already exists. I mean, if you guys think about it, if we create a new Krispy Kreme, we're going to have to convince our customers that we are actually different from Krispy Kreme. So you need to identify new opportunities. You'll have to use your leadership skills and your resources to build an organization that will actually fit that specific opportunity. The problem is that entrepreneurs need to make a lot of different choices. So the first one is they need to look at themselves. So a little bit of introspection. They need to look at their own characteristics, their abilities, and their skills. And can they really start this company on their own? Do they really have the skills to start this company on their own? And some entrepreneurs will say to you, no, I don't. I'm really just good at starting companies. And then they get someone else to manage that company for them. But then if you choose to employ someone else, you're going to have to look at their skills, their characteristics, and their abilities. Then you need to look at access to resources. So access to resources, guys, I'm seeing that it is asking me to reload the session. So just let me know if you guys can't hear me anymore. I'm not going to reload. I'm rather going to continue. It did ask me this the other day, and I continued, and there was nothing wrong. So if you guys can't hear me anymore, let me know. Okay, I'm not going to reload now. I'll do it when we have a break or something. So guys, another one, access to resources. How available is the resources? Is it currently stuck in the Suez Canal? I think you guys have heard about the ship that is stuck in the canal, and now no ship can go through. There's a lot of jokes about it as well. I'll see if I can find one of the jokes, and I'll show you guys one of the Suez Canal jokes. And then you need to look at this realistically, almost like objectively. Is this really a good idea? And can you really turn this idea into a good opportunity? Like I also said to someone this morning, is not every opportunity is always a good opportunity. So sometimes you might have a good idea, but the timing is just wrong. Like we said, selling jackets in December, good idea, not really a good opportunity, unless you want to sell it to the Northern Hemisphere, for instance. Then you need to also compile a business plan. And then lastly, you need to launch and manage your new business. So guys, entrepreneurs need quite a few skills. So the first one is, and we are going to look at this individually, so don't worry, is strategy skills, planning, marketing, financial, project management, as well as human relations. They also need certain resources to start their business. So they need financial, human, and operating resources, or your physical resources. So guys, if we look at strategy skills, they need to be able to understand the business as a whole. You can't just start a business without a strategy. You need to know, how am I going to actually launch this business? How am I going to promote this business to my customers? And where is my business going to fit into the whole sphere of the marketplace, the market world? Then you also need planning skills. So you might have a good idea now, but will it still be a good idea 2 or 5 or 10 years from now? Will people still buy your product 2 or 10 or 5 years from now? Guys, I remember one of you asked me, we spoke about technology as well a little bit last week. And I said to you that, remember the biggest, I almost want to call it a sin, the biggest sin a company can have, or the biggest thing a company can do wrong is to continue carrying on as if the world will just stay the same. Imagine a company that is producing CDs because one day maybe someone will start buying CDs again. You cannot go through the world thinking that everything is going to stay the same. You need to stay up to date with all the changes in the environment, and that includes technology, that includes online shopping. With COVID, we moved towards online shopping because it's just so much more convenient. We have, and I know there's a lot of complaints about it, but we do have Pick and Pay that has Bottles, the Bottles app. We do have Checkers, who has the 6060 app. And then we also have Woolworths now, who also has their own delivery app. Then the next thing is marketing skills. You must be able to market. You need to explain to your customers why they want this product, why they need this product, why they have to buy this product. You have to be able to explain to them why they have to part with their money in order to buy this product from you. Then lastly, the next one is financial skills. So you must be able to keep track of your expenditure. When you get a bank loan, you can't go and buy the new Porsche or the new Maserati or something. That money is not for you to have a fancy lifestyle now. That money is what you have to use to start your business. So you need to keep track of what you are spending your money on. Project management skills, guys. Oh, this is like, I almost want to say one of the most important ones. You need to have objectives, and you must be able to measure those objectives to see if you meet your goals or not. And this is super important. If you just have an idea, this is what I want to do, but you don't know by when do you want to do it. You want to implement your marketing plan, but you don't know when do I want to implement it. How am I going to measure if it was actually successful? How am I going to measure if the money that I just spent on marketing actually did reach my target market? Then the next one is the human relation skills. So guys, human relations. There's nothing worse than working for someone that does not have those entrepreneurial skills and that intrapersonal skills. You need to be able to talk to other people, and you must know how to talk to them in a manner that is not degrading, that they won't feel bad or worse afterwards. And I do feel that this is a skill that a lot of entrepreneurs are lacking. I almost want to, I don't know, I'm going to put this out there, you guys, and tell me if you disagree with me. But if you go and watch any Elon Musk videos, especially some of his early videos, any interviews that he's had, he doesn't really have a lot of interpersonal skills. He's very much, this is what I'm doing, this is where I want to go. There's not a lot of that warmth that you expect from a person. So I don't know if you guys are more than welcome to disagree with me on this. But like I said, so a lot of entrepreneurs, they are so focused on starting this idea, starting this company, that they don't really have a lot of intrapersonal skills. Okay. Okay, guys, I just quickly reconnected, clearly, apparently. Anyway, okay, guys, let's quickly continue. Okay, financial resources. So, guys, resources, this is a huge risk, and that is why I put danger, warning, caution. You need to look at your resources. So sometimes you have this super duper cool idea that you want to, for instance, you want to have flying cars. Okay. Can we have flying cars yet? Is it something that we can do? Not yet, maybe. Okay. You need to look at your resources because sometimes you'll have a good idea, but you won't really have your resources. So the first one is financial resources. You need to look at overdrafts, loans. Is there maybe any outstanding debtors? Do you have investment capital, for instance? Your human resources. Who are the people that's going to work for you? Who are your employees? Who is going to be your tribe that's going to hold this company up, that's going to help you reach your dream? So there you need a management team, you need lawyers, accountants, you need IT people, especially if you're starting an IT company, you need your IT guys, you need consultants, you need marketers, you need people that's going to do your sales for you. And then operating resources, guys, we need offices, we need cars. If we're doing like Uber Eats, for instance, you need motorbikes. We need equipment, raw material, buildings, machinery, plants. And this is where the problem sometimes lies, is that you have a good idea, but the resources are just so hard to get. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. Are we going to maybe tweak our idea a little bit, where we have more access to resources? Or are we going to look for other suppliers, for instance? What are we going to do? Okay, so guys, everyone is still with me, correct? I just want to make sure. I don't know why there's so very, very little signal in on campus today. I'm even using my cell phone. There's still very little signal. Okay, everyone's still good. If one person can give me a hand up, if one of you can give me a virtual high five, then I will know we are still good. Woohoo! Thanks, Daniel. Okay, got a virtual high five. So guys, the next thing we're going to look at is the business opportunities. So remember, when you now want to start a business, there's a few things that we can look at. There's a few ways that we can start our business. So we can either have a new venture idea, we can also have a new venture opportunity. Then we can buy an existing business, we can do franchising, or we can also do corporate entrepreneurship. So guys, okay, I'm gonna quickly play this. I'll play this video for you guys now. Let me quickly just get this video going, and then okay, let me just quickly get this video for you guys. I think you guys will remember this this ad from years ago. Okay, please just tell students that it's under Blackboard. So they just need to scroll down a bit, and then under Blackboard Collaborate, the sessions are there, or that the link is there. If you guys are on a WhatsApp group, just say to the students, it's the same link that they used every single time. We're going to use the same link every time. I'm not going to give you guys new links. It's just going to create confusion. Okay. So guys, if you're on a WhatsApp group, if you go to under quick links, the second one from the bottom says Blackboard Collaborate. Click on that and it says VC Collab sessions, and then it will be fine. Okay, let me quickly show you guys this video.
What is the special ingredient? It's people. Look at the
Okay, guys, who can remember this? Who can remember this advert of Hansa Pilsner with Voersbosch?
What do you think Puyo's special ingredient is? They're balls. No. There's something special about the man. I mean, everything of his is better. It's not about that. He is a visionary. What is the special ingredient? It's people. Guys. Speaking of special ingredients, how about another round? Only Hansa Pilsner is brewed with their special ingredient, the kiss of the SARS hop.
Okay, guys, who can remember this ad of Hansa Pilsner and Voersbosch? Guys, oh, okay. Oh, Jamila, really? Really, guys? You have, oh my goodness. Well, then that is so cool. Okay, wow. Okay, that's awesome. So Hansa Pilsner had this, and please don't tell your parents I'm showing you guys beer videos. I'm not showing you alcohol videos. I have a purpose with this. So Hansa Pilsner did this. Sure, guys. I'm gonna have to check for you when. It was probably, I want to guess and say 8 to 10 years ago was the Voersbosch Hansa Pilsner ad. So what happened here is that they had this whole thing about Voersbosch. He had this whole, in the ad, he had a hot dog stand and everyone just liked his hot dogs. And then, you know, in the, like you guys saw in the advertisement, they were trying to figure out why was his Vosch so successful. So, so the thing is that this guy, he actually went and then checked and saw that Voersbosch was just using this ad, so it doesn't actually exist. The whole the stand, the hot dog stand, doesn't actually exist. So so what he then did is that he started his own company called Voersbosch. He started his own hot dog stand that is called Voersbosch, and he actually used the advertisement for his marketing because everyone was talking about Voersbosch and what is inside of the Voersbosch. So he used the Hansa Pilsner ad to kind of, you know, for a platform where people can then see, you know, how they know, that's how they knew about Voersbosch. Okay. So guys, let me just quickly see. I'm having so many issues with the internet for so many, I don't know why. Okay, so guys, let's quickly continue. Let me just quickly get my slides again. So what I've done for you is I've also have the link there for you where you're more than welcome to go and read about Voersbosch as well. I just put it there for you. So new venture ideas. So sometimes you can also go and start a brand new idea that has never existed. So you need to go and look at trends. You can look at economic, political, social trends, for instance. You can also look at your growth industries, which is education, healthcare, tourism, privatization. I did tell the second years last week that I have this cool idea. No one wanted it. I was a bit sad, but it's fine. There's nothing that a Krispy Kreme donut can't fix. So I did tell them that I have this cool idea. I want to start a virtual tour company. So, you know, now we can't actually travel anywhere. So imagine that you could buy a ticket and you can go to anywhere in the world. And then we'll send you like a little gift box that has all the things you'll normally buy when you're overseas, which is magnets, pencils, maybe a postcard or two. And we'll also send you like sweeties and chips and cookies from that specific country. But yeah, no one thought it was a very good idea. So I will no longer be pursuing my virtual tour idea because no one wanted to buy into it. Okay. So guys, where can you also get ideas? You can get ideas from advertisements, retailers, competitors. You can get trade shows. You can also look at patents as well as research institutes. So guys, just a fun fact that I heard over the weekend on the radio is, you guys know that Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone? We all know that, right? Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Turns out he didn't. Okay, so he worked at the patent office where the person that actually invented the telephone, he sent his patent in, and then Alexander Graham Bell saw this patent, and then because it was obviously in just in that year that the guy had to travel to the patent office. In that time that he was traveling to the patent office to come and register his patent, Alexander Graham Bell took the patent. Okay, and he then was the big inventor of the phone. So it says here, Alexander Graham Bell is often credited with being the inventor of the telephone since he was awarded the first successful patent. However, there were many other inventors, and the person that invented it was actually Antonio Miyuki, if I pronounce that correctly. He actually invented the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell just used his patent, okay, which is not right. Okay, so guys, the next one is we can also look at new venture opportunities. So remember, like I've said to you guys, is that not a good idea is not the same as a good opportunity. So a good idea is not always a good investment opportunity. You must be able to turn this good idea into a successful new venture. So a new company. Okay. So the things that you need to go and look at is you need to have a clearly defined market need for this product. You must have a competitive advantage. So what makes you so different from anyone else? From anyone else that maybe has a similar product to you? And guys, the thing is, you guys know, like We Buy Cars, for instance, the model of We Buy Cars was only successful for a few years. And thereafter, it was so easy to copy. We now have We Buy Wheels, we have wheelie cars, we have We Buy Your Car. So it's such an easy model that you can copy that you need to have a competitive advantage. What makes We Buy Cars different to any of the other companies that are doing the exact same thing? They buy your car from you. They give you the money immediately. What makes them different? Okay, so when you start a company, you need to look at what is that competitive advantage that you are going to have. And is it easy to copy? If it's easy to copy, you have a problem. The next thing, growth potential. Can we grow in this business? How long is this business going to exist, more or less? Is it still something we're going to need that people are going to buy in the next 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 years? And then it should also be rewarding to the investor and the entrepreneur. And then lastly, the timing of the opportunity, guys. I cannot stress this enough, the timing of the opportunity. So sometimes you have a good idea, but the timing is just wrong. Okay, just means you need to wait a little bit, think a little bit, and then just wait for the right time. I think the worst one is if you had an idea, didn't use it, and then the time actually went by. Okay, so have your idea, look at it, keep it, plan it, and then just wait for the time to come so that you can actually start your business. So guys, what you can also sometimes do if you maybe, if you're just a little bit, if you're just like a little bit skeptical, you don't really have a good idea to start your own company yet, you can also buy an existing business. So this is where it is already in business, and you are buying that from someone else. So think of the local fish and chip shop that you guys go to on Friday nights. You are buying that fish and chip shop from the previous owners. Okay, so advantages and disadvantages, guys. Number one, you already have customers and they already are familiar with where the business is. You don't have to market and say to them, we are now in the Glenfair Centrum. You please come to us. We are here at Glenfair on the corner of Linwood and Glenwood. Please come to us. This is where we are. None of that. You already have your customers. You already have experienced employees. You don't have to train your employees. You can actually plan based on historical data because there's already an income statement. There's already data from how many fish you sell in a month, how many chips you sell in a month. You already have supplier relationships. You already have someone that you can buy your fish from. Your inventory and equipment is already in place. You don't have to buy all those equipment. And the financing might also be available from the owner. So he might already have a loan that you can then just take over from him and you can carry on. But there's also disadvantages. So guys, sometimes the business location might be undesirable. It might be in an area that is that has a lot of crime. It might be kind of like away, so people have to look for your shop. They don't really know where it is. The image of the business might be difficult to change, so maybe you have a bit of a bad reputation. People don't really like your food. Food is better, and that's why, guys, a lot of companies always does a thing that says under new management, new owner. They do a whole big banner. They do a bit of a marketing campaign where they go new owner, under new management. Come and join us. Specials to tell people like, listen, there is new owners. Come and try us out. They was trying to start on a clean slate. Sometimes employees are inherited, so you don't always have good employees. Okay, you might have lazy employees, employees that steal from you. So you inherit them. If you had to choose, you would not necessarily have chosen these specific employees. Then sometimes it might be difficult to change the way that the business is being run. Because remember, you might already have employees that are kind of stuck in their ways. The owner might say to you, listen, this is how I've always done my business. I only buy 50 fishes per day. And then Friday nights, Fridays are busy. And he says, well, sorry, if the fish are finished, the fish is finished. And you're going to have to change that. So there might be liabilities from past contracts. The owner maybe didn't pay his suppliers and you'll have to pay them. Your equipment might be old, might be oily, and you're going to have to buy new equipment anyway. And then the last one is that there can be financing costs that could drain your cash flow. So there might be, like I said earlier, there might be some debt that the owner couldn't pay, and that is why he's selling the business, because he just couldn't pay that debt anymore, and you are going to have to go and pay that debt first. Okay, so guys, I'm going to stop here for now. Quickly take a 10-minute break. I'm going to try and see if I can find a better a better signal as well. And then we're going to carry on with franchising. So if we can take a 10-minute break or so and then come back, I'll quickly just, I can't remember who told me about the link. I'll quickly just share the link as well, guys. I'll put it under announcements as well, just so that everyone has it. I'll just copy it there so that no one is left out. Okay. Okay, so quick 10-minute break. Okay, guys, let's continue. I'm going to give you another 3 minutes or so. Quickly grab another cup of coffee. If you guys want some coffee. I'm also just quickly going to just have something to drink. And then let's meet in 2 minutes. Okay, guys, let's continue. So we're now going to look at franchising. So when you guys get to, when we actually go on to chapter 3 and you guys get to second year, franchising is the one that I love the most. I don't know why, I just love franchising so much. Okay, so guys, franchising. You can also buy a franchise. So what a franchise is that you have if you guys take Steers, for instance. So Steers is owned by Famous Brands. So Famous Brands essentially sells one of their Steers stores. So you can buy the brand and the concept that is called Steers. You can buy that from Famous Brands. So Steers or Famous Brands is the franchisor. Think of mentor. So the OR, they are the franchisor. And the entrepreneur becomes the franchisee. Okay, so Z, the entrepreneur is the franchisee. So the franchisor gives the franchisee the right to operate the business using the franchise name, the products, and the system. So, like I've already said, the franchisor is the person that actually gives you the right to actually access this company. So, for example, examples of franchises, you have Cash Crusaders, King Pie, Micah, Mug and Bean, as well as Maxis, guys. I mean, there are so many franchises. It's not just food. It can also be, for instance, car dealerships can also be franchises. Hardware stores can be franchises. But the majority that we always look at is food franchises, just because, you know, it's so easily accessible. So you can definitely also buy a franchise. Then the last one, guys, is corporate entrepreneurship. So this is also called intrapreneurship. Okay. So guys, don't get confused with entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. This is where you have entrepreneurship in an existing business. Okay. So guys, this is, for instance, where you work for a company and you identify a new opportunity inside of that company. So this is a method by which a corporation introduces a new or diversified products or services. It is done through an internal process, and you use the corporation's resources. So what happens here is you are an employee, you work for a company, you see a new opportunity inside of the company, and then the company takes on that specific opportunity. Okay, that is why it's called intrapreneurship. It happens inside of the company. So it does enable investment and profits through the establishment of a business within a specific business. So guys, I almost want to use this example. Remember when we spoke about SAB, and we said that SAB don't own their own trucks. They've encouraged the employees to, for instance, start their own trucking company that will then take the alcohol to the different stores that will disperse all the contents. So that is almost a form of intrapreneurship. It's a company inside of another organization. It's that all that guys understand this. I really want you guys to understand the difference between intrapreneurship, where you have intrapreneurship. Okay, I have another graph for you guys as well, just to explain to you the difference between the two. I hope that one is nice and big. Maybe make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, so on the one side you have entrepreneurship. So this is where the entrepreneurs start their own companies. Entrepreneurs have complete autonomy to the organization. Okay. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Intrapreneurs have less autonomy and work with existing systems and processes. So guys, you're not starting your own company. It's not outside of this company. You're starting a small company inside of the company where you are currently working. If you guys think, let's say you start, there's no cafeteria inside of the company where you're working. Imagine you start your own little coffee shop inside of your company. Entrepreneurs use the company's resources. Imagine you start your own little shop inside the hallway, for instance, of the company. And then the organization bears the financial risk of the initiative's failure, and the organization, the company, reaps the financial rewards, while the intrapreneur will realize career rewards. Okay. So guys, I want you to understand the difference between the two. Let me just quickly show you this example as well. So intrapreneurship is entrepreneurial activity by employees and managers, and the rewards mostly go to the company, and the risk is also taken by the company. Okay, that's the difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. Guys, please let me know if you don't understand this, so then I can explain it to you again. I don't mind. I really don't mind. Okay. I want you guys to remember it, like intrapreneur is inside of the company. You are starting a business inside of the company. If you don't understand this, tell me now, otherwise I'm going to continue. Okay. Okay, let's quickly explain it again. Okay, so guys, an entrepreneur is someone that starts his own company. Okay, entrepreneur, I mean, like I said, they see an opportunity and they start their own company. An intrapreneur is someone that sees an opportunity inside of the organization where he works. So let's call his organization, let's take Netbank, for instance. So Netbank as an example. And Mapaledi, you work inside of Netbank at the moment. But Netbank doesn't have a cafeteria, okay? So people need to go and buy their food or their coffee or whatever they need to walk somewhere. They need to walk somewhere far, or they have to bring their own food and coffee to work. So what you then do is you see this opportunity inside of the company to provide food and coffee, to sell food and coffee to the employees inside of the company. That is intrapreneurship. So then Netbank says to you, well, that sounds like a cool idea. People don't have to bring their own food to work anymore. We can maybe make a little bit of money off this idea of yours. So then in the hallway of Netbank, you, for instance, or in a little corner, you start your own cafeteria, for instance, your own little cafe. And there you sell coffee and just, like sandwiches and chocolates and chips, for instance. Okay. So guys, that is intrapreneurship. You don't get the money. It was just your idea. So you didn't start a business, but the benefits don't really come to you. The benefits go to the company itself. Okay. Do you guys understand a little bit better now? So intrapreneurship happens inside of a company. Entrepreneurship, the one of the E, the one that we know, is where you actually start a company because you've seen a gap in the market. Okay. Intra, inside of the company. Happiness. Coolness. Okay, let's go. So in the next your test or your assignment that a feasibility study is a business plan, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, I'm not going to be happy. It's not a business plan. Okay. So what is a feasibility study? Remember that idea very little value if they are not actually converted into a product or a service. An idea is just in your head, guys. You need to take that idea and create a product or a service with it. Remember, like we said, not every opportunity is a good opportunity. I'm going to say this until third year, guys. Okay. So the entrepreneur needs to do a feasibility study to determine if the opportunity or the venture, the business, the idea that you have, will it really survive? And what a feasibility study is, this is where you collect data that will help you forecast whether this idea or opportunity will actually survive. So it gives you that information that will enable you to take definite decisions on whether to go ahead with the venture or not. So guys, think for instance of your target market, access to resources, access to financial capital, for instance. Okay, once you've done a feasibility study, you can draw up a business plan. Okay, so you do a feasibility study first. Guys, if you are going overseas, you don't just buy the tickets and go, correct? You don't just buy tickets and say, yay, we're going. Doesn't work like that. You first sit and say, where are we going to go? How much money is it going to cost? What do we have to pack? How long can we go away? When is my test? When is my assignment? That thought process that you go through, that is essentially your feasibility study. Okay. you think, is this a good idea to go away now? Is this a good idea to start this particular company now? And that is what a feasibility study is. After you have done your feasibility study, you can draw up your business plan. Okay. So guys, the next thing I quickly want you guys to watch a video again. So this is from the 4th Industrial Revolution. We are going to talk about the 4th Industrial Revolution. So let me just quickly get this. I quickly want you guys to just watch a video about the 4th Industrial Revolution.
Did you know 78% of home buyers say they are...
Okay, don't worry guys, it's just an ad. So I'm just going to let the ad run.
First introduced to the phrase the 4th Industrial Revolution, and it's been a hot topic among academics, politicians, and business leaders ever since. But what exactly does it mean? The term 4th Industrial Revolution was coined by the founder of the World Economic Forum, a former professor named Klaus Schwab. Schwab wrote a book with that title to describe an era marked by a technological revolution that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Let's break that down. Technologies like artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, or the Internet of Things are becoming ingrained in our day-to-day lives and even our bodies. Think of voice-activated virtual assistants, Face ID recognition, or healthcare sensors. Schwab first presented his vision of the 4th Industrial Revolution at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting here in Davos in 2016. But to understand the idea, we need to go much further back in history, to Industrial Revolution number 1. The first Industrial Revolution started in Great Britain around 1760 and spread to Europe and North America through the early 1800s. It was powered by a major invention, the steam engine. The result? New manufacturing processes, the creation of factories, and a booming textiles industry. From the late 1800s, the Second Industrial Revolution was marked by mass production and new industries like steel, oil, and electricity. The light bulb, telephone, and internal combustion engine were a few of the major inventions of this era. The Third Industrial Revolution, sometimes known as the Digital Revolution, occurred in the second half of the 20th century. In just a few decades, we saw the invention of the semiconductor, personal computer, and the internet. So what separates the Fourth Industrial Revolution from the Third? Experts say the main difference is that technology is merging more and more with humans' lives, and the technological change is happening faster than ever. Consider this. It took 75 years for 100 million users to adopt the telephone. Instagram signed up 100 million users in just 2 years, while Pokemon Go caught that amount in 1 month. 3D printing is just one example of fast-paced technology in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The industry has gone from a business idea to big business, with 3D printer shipments expected to increase from just under 200,000 in 2015 to 2.4 million in 2020. Today, you can have a hip replacement from a 3D printed bone, or use a 3D printed bionic arm. Talk about blurring the line between humans and technology, right? This new era of technology is driving a lot of innovation. You can see in this chart the number of patents related to the Fourth Industrial Revolution for things like 3D printing or AI has been climbing up and up since early 2000. Organizations are embracing new technologies to make their businesses more efficient, similar to how they embraced the steam engine during the First Industrial Revolution. But some companies and governments are struggling to keep up with the fast pace of technological change. Research shows innovators, investors, and shareholders benefit the most from innovation. The risk is that the Fourth Industrial Revolution is making inequality, which is already a big issue, even worse. One study found billionaires have driven almost 80% of the 40 main breakthrough innovations over the last 40 years. That's a problem when the richest 1% of households already own nearly half of the world's wealth. Experts warn we are in a winner-takes-all economy, where high-skilled workers are rewarded with high pay, and the rest of workers are left out. Studies confirm technologies like AI will eliminate some jobs, and create demand for new skills that many workers don't have. Privacy concerns are another issue, as the fourth industrial revolution turns every company into a tech company. Industries from food to retail to banking are going digital, and they're collecting a lot more data about their customers along the way. Users are starting to worry that companies know too much about their private digital lives. The World Economic Forum says a majority of leaders don't have confidence their organizations are ready for the changes associated with the fourth industrial revolution. With tech changing fast every day, it's time to catch up. Hey everyone, Elizabeth here in Davos, Switzerland.
Okay guys, what do you think? Fourth industrial revolution, we're already there. Okay, we are literally, guys, already there. And that is why I keep on saying to you guys, we need to think differently. You can't think that a company that you start now is going to survive the next 2 to 10 to 20 years. It's not. Unless you grow and unless you change and you adapt to your environment outside of you. Okay. So guys, if we continue, so the fourth industrial revolution. Let me just quickly share my screen with you guys again. Go. Okay, fourth industrial revolution, guys. So, I mean, like you guys also saw in the video, the first was a steam engine, then we had an assembly line, we had computing, internet, and nuclear energy. And now we're moving into the fourth industrial revolution, where we have digitization. Digitization is actually the concept that dominates the fourth industrial revolution, where everything is moving towards technology. And if you want to start a company, you also need to move towards technology. You can't, like you guys might have used this example before, you can't keep on creating CDs thinking someone is one day might buy a CD from you. So guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this specific one yet. I actually used it from Google. This. Okay, so the video shows motorists asleep behind the wheel of a self-driving Tesla. Fourth industrial revolution is not always good, okay? Yes, you can have a Tesla that drives itself, but you can also fall asleep behind the Tesla. What if you get into an accident? You cannot fall asleep behind the wheel of a car. This is not good. This is unsafe. So, I actually want to ask you guys, has the fourth industrial revolution taken away that responsibility that we as humans have? Has it taken away the human relationships that we as humans need? Okay. Motlokwa says entrepreneurs are supposed to alleviate unemployment, but the fourth industrial revolution increases unemployment. And you're right. Like the report also said, it is on the one side, it's diminishing jobs that exist. Like guys, if you think of someone filing, for instance, everything is digital. You don't need someone that's going to file, for instance, for you anymore. But it is also creating jobs that are not yet existing. And guys, you might one day go into a job that doesn't exist at the moment. So can you imagine that? Can you imagine how cool that will be to one day walk into a job and to see me in the store and say, hi ma'am, by the way, you know that day you told us that I'm going to do a job that don't exist? Yeah, I'm doing that job. Okay. So what I want to say to you guys, do not give up just because we're on the fourth industrial revolution. We still need that human relationships. We need that human contact. We are still human. So the thing is that you need to go and just identify where is there a good idea, where is there an opportunities to still make money, but where the company is not going to, actually where the company will still exist in the 5 to 10 years. Okay, so Tamila says, we agree, we are all forced to adapt to changing technology. Exactly. Who of you guys still have like a home line? Who of you guys still have a home where maybe your grandparents phone you on the home line? When I grew up, when I was about your age, my grandmother still phoned me on the home line. We would run to the hallway when the phone rang, and you would have to sit there because it wasn't a cordless phone. You would have to sit there on the little step and talk to your grandparents for how long grandparents talk. Okay, 20, 30, sometimes 40 minutes. Where now, I think I bet you guys, your grandparents probably know how to WhatsApp, and they can video call, and they can Facebook call you as well. When I was your age, that didn't happen. Okay, so guys, if we continue, so the focus today is in these days on technology and the automation of processes. So the fourth industrial revolution does include artificial intelligence. That does play a critical role. But remember, artificial intelligence can't replace everything in the world. So artificial intelligence is a field that is concerned with studying the nature of intelligence by using computers as a new and revolutionary tool to produce intelligent behavior. So it plays a big role in social media. If you guys have not watched Social Dilemma, you need to go and watch Social Dilemma, guys. I am begging you. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Social Dilemma. If not, please go and watch it, download it. I think it's a documentary. It's about, if I have to guess, an hour and a half, maybe closer to 2 hours, if I have to guess. Please go and watch Social Dilemma. It is something I've watched twice now. I will really watch it a third and a fourth time as well. And then artificial intelligence also gives us autonomous vehicles like Tesla's self-driving cars, where you can fall asleep behind the wheel, which is not okay. It's not okay. Okay, so let's quickly carry on. I've also got some jokes for you guys. If I can't tell a joke, I will get you a joke. Okay. So there's some jokes for you as well. So guys, the last slides we are going to look at is just small business as well. Can you guys imagine if the poor guy who invented the wheel, if there was no wheel, okay, if he actually listened to the people striking and where they said they don't want a wheel. And that is what happens sometimes, is we don't like change. Not everyone embraces change. Some people love it. Some people say, oh yay, let's change everything in the world. Other people don't. Like for instance, me, I don't like change. Okay, do not change anything for me. Do not change my life. Do not change my routine. This is who I am. Do not change it. I really do not like change, guys. But sometimes we have to embrace it. Okay. So guys, then the last one that we're just going to look at is small business. And then from small business, we are also going to just look at the difference between entrepreneurship and a small business. So guys, a small business, remember, we did speak about this a little bit in the beginning, the difference between entrepreneurship and a small business. So a small business, remember we said entrepreneurs want to grow, they want to take risk, they want to expand their company. Where a small business, they start their business. So, I mean, they start off the same as an entrepreneur, but they don't really want to grow. They don't really want to take risks. They are happy to earn their 20,000 Rand a month. They don't really want to grow. They don't really want to open another store. They are happy where they are. So if you guys once again think of your local fish and chip shop, they are happy. Do not touch their business. Okay, they know how much fish they sell every day. They know exactly how much money they're going to bring in at the end of the month. They are happy where they are, and this is a small business. So a small business, it does appear in all the business sectors. So it's not like it's only in one sector. They do have fewer than 200 employees, except in the agricultural sector, where it is a fewer than 100 employees. Their services are geographically localized. What that means is that the local fish and chip shop is only where you guys are. So sometimes they might have a marketing company, and the marketing company might be situated somewhere else. It only happens now and then. But everything else is geographically localized. So they are only in that part of the province, for instance. So finance is applied by one person, sometimes a small group, so like a family. They have the potential to become more than a one-person show. So they do have that potential, but the owner doesn't really want to grow. He is just kind of happy where it is. And guys, you need to understand that there's nothing wrong with having a small business. There's nothing wrong with it. This is really just a state of mind. This is a deliberate decision that this person has taken to not grow. Okay, this is his decision. He's happy with his decision. Then if we move on, so small business, so small business, like I've also said, privately owned, can be a partnership, sole proprietorship. It doesn't really specify, the act doesn't specify that it needs to be in a particular sector, that it needs to be a partnership. So they look at the number of employees, their sales value, their value of assets, as well as their market share. So characteristics of small businesses in South Africa, like we said, they have fewer than 200 employees. Their turnover is less than 64 million rand. Capital assets are less than 23 million, and there is direct involvement from the owners. Okay. So guys, then just one more slide as well about small business. I just want to make sure that you guys understand the difference between the two. Guys, this is also in your textbook, so they can really ask you guys this in a test or in an assignment. What is the difference between a small business and an entrepreneur? And the biggest difference is entrepreneurs want to take risks. They want to grow their business. Where small businesses, they don't necessarily want to take that risk and actually grow their business. They're just not interested in that. They are happy where they are. Okay, this is the main difference. So an entrepreneur will create a fresh and innovative company. They are driven to change their products. They want to grow their company to new heights. Where a small business owner, they sometimes also start an existing business, so like a fish and chip shop. Their fish and chip shop are not different to any other fish and chips shop that exists. It might just be more tasty. And then also, so they drive to keep efficient products working, and they maintain a very small business model. So where they overlap is that they create companies for the general public. Okay, so entrepreneurs obviously see a gap in the market, and then they identify the opportunity and create a company. Small business owners do the exact same thing, except they just start an existing business or something that already exists for the public. Both of them are driven for profit, and they have an effective business model. Okay. So guys, this is more or less where I'm not going to continue anymore with regards to small business and entrepreneurship. And then the last one that I actually want to show you guys is just what I want you guys to take home. So I want you to identify at least 4 entrepreneurs for me. 4 guys. It doesn't have to be in South Africa. You guys can choose any 4 entrepreneurs. I want to know, what business did they start? Why did they start that business? Any tips or life lessons that they've learned? Maybe also go and look at some YouTube videos about some entrepreneurs. What are their biggest mistakes or regrets? Richard Branson, he has some very nice videos on some mistakes that he has made. And then also identify the strengths and the weaknesses in which could lead to or prevent you to become an entrepreneur. So I want you guys to go and identify 4 entrepreneurs and then answer these questions for each of those 4 entrepreneurs. Okay, like I said, it doesn't have to be only in South Africa. if you want to identify 4 South African entrepreneurs, more than welcome to do that. Try and get some current entrepreneurs, guys, people that are currently in the business. I mean, you're more than welcome to take an Oppenheimer or a Rupert, but they are very close to the 80s already. So, I mean, if you were going to Google them now, you'll probably find their grandchildren who's busy operating the businesses. So rather take some current entrepreneurs. Think of Elon Musk, think of Richard Branson, think of one of the 10 entrepreneurs of the video that we watched as well. So go and look for 4 entrepreneurs and then answer those questions for the about the entrepreneurs. So guys, is there anything else that you guys want me to discuss? Is there anything else from this chapter that you guys are worried about, that you're concerned about, that you want me to just explain to you again? I really don't mind doing it. We do have some time left. So I really don't mind just discussing one of the aspects with you again. If you are confused, if you guys want to chat about something, I mean, entrepreneurs, we can always chat about it. There's always so much to talk about. When we actually do franchises, I think we're going to do franchises in the next chapter. Let me quickly check. I actually spoke to someone over the weekend, and they told me something interesting about steers. So when we do franchises, then we can talk about that as well. Yeah, we are going to do franchises, which is always my favorite. I do like franchises. So guys, please remind me that when we get to franchising in chapter 3, then I tell you about what steers do and how dodgy they are. They're a little bit dodgy. Okay. But I think we have to go and look at every single company. There might be a bit of dodginess somewhere in most of the companies in South Africa these days, unfortunately. Okay, which is, yeah, it's not good. Okay, guys, so any other questions that you guys might have that you want to ask me? If there's anything, guys, like I said, if there's anything you want me to discuss with you again, please let me know so that I can explain to you now. Guys, also remember that your assignment is on Learning Unit 1 to 5. So we will still discuss the assignment. You are more than welcome to go and download the assignment. I think it is available. You're more than welcome to go and download the assignment, read through it. But before the assignment is actually due, we will discuss the assignment. Okay? So don't worry too much about it now. We will definitely still discuss it. Okay? So guys, please ask me any questions that you might have so that I can help you guys about entrepreneurship. Otherwise, if there's nothing else, guys, we are going to start when I see you guys again. Let me quickly check when I see you guys again. You guys have a LAC session on the 31st of March. I by accident loaded the LAC session for today, so I did. It's not available anymore. I did close it, but I will load it for you guys for the 31st of March. That you guys will do LAC session 2. So when I see you guys, I think next week again. Yeah, next week I see you guys on the 6th of April. Then we are going to start with Learning Unit 3, which is establishing businesses. Okay, so we are going to start with Learning Unit 3. Okay, guys, any questions? Everyone happy? There's no questions. Are you guys happy with chapter 2? Speak now, forever hold your truth, guys. No, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Nee. think so. Okay, hundreds. Okay, guys. So then that concludes today's class. Okay, Benice is happy. Motlokwa is happy. Hundreds. So guys, luck session 31st of March. You guys are going to do luck session 2. And then next week when I see you guys, chapter 3. Chapter 3 is already loaded. Please go and print it. Bring it to class. And we are going to then start with establishing a business. Okay. So guys, that's it. That's it for today. We're done with chapter 2. And we are right on track.